Who would have thought that the dude who kicked off a real-life Squid Game competition and palled around with Gordon Ramsay in a chocolate factory would have political aspirations? A decade from now, MrBeast might just be saying,
"You know who I am? I'm the President of the United States."
In a relatively short time, Jimmy MrBeast Donaldson has become one of the most recognizable faces on the internet. He has become synonymous with charities and giveaways, and his high energy and generosity has helped his channel grow to well over 250 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. While he's not slowing down his content creation grind anytime soon, YouTube is his primary focus after all, MrBeast shocked his fans by revealing another goal he has for the future.
President of America.
Yes, MrBeast has presidential ambitions, but right now the United States Constitution is standing between him and the highest office in the land. At 26 years old, MrBeast is still 9 years shy of being able to run in the 2024 presidential election. However, he says if that age limit were lowered, he'd get into the race right now. MrBeast wouldn't be the first celebrity to make the leap into politics, but that doesn't mean that people are taking his proposal all that seriously. Many are pointing out that nothing in MrBeast's career has prepared him for politics, much less holding the top position at the White House. Others are pretty thrilled at the thought of the internet's most generous man leading the country. And they're ready to see MrBeast take on the country's toughest gig.
The president is waiting for you in the Oval Office.
Somebody's more important.
This isn't the first time that MrBeast has talked about potentially getting involved in politics. On a 2022 episode of the Flagrant podcast, MrBeast said, "I would love to run for president. It is appealing when I'm like 40 or 50. Apparently, the 2024 election has MrBeast excited enough to move up his timeline by a couple decades. But his enthusiasm about running for president was also bolstered by his recent video. "I built 100 homes and gave them away."
We're improving quality of life for families who don't have a safe space to call home.
The video inspired a huge section of his fanbase. One of the top comments in the video, with nearly 300,000 thumbs up, reads, "MrBeast for president." The rest of the internet isn't entirely convinced. Some people have pointed out that MrBeast's experience as a content creator hasn't exactly set him up to be the leader of the free world, while others think he could solve all of the country's problems in minutes. Some people who are feeling uninspired by the top candidates in 2024 are wishing that the US could lower the minimum running age so MrBeast can get into the race as soon as possible. Others are weirded out by the whole concept of an internet personality like MrBeast taking office. Some are asking the real questions, like what his official title would be if he were to take office. Would he remain MrBeast, or would he become Mr. President Beast, or something altogether more complicated? A few have also joked about the content creator using the nation's budget for one of his big giveaways. Some of MrBeast's biggest fans are more concerned with his YouTube channel staying alive after he takes office. To MrBeast's credit, he's got his priorities in order. When asked if he'd continue making videos while president, he replied, "I'd probably focus on running the largest economy on Earth." What would it take to actually get MrBeast into the Oval Office? The Constitution lays out some pretty light requirements for a person wanting to be president. They have to be a natural-born citizen. They need to have lived in the country for at least 14 years. And they must be at least 35 years old. Unless the age requirement is lowered, which, let's be real, is not gonna happen, we wouldn't be seeing a MrBeast candidacy until at least the 2036 presidential election. Then, of course, he'd then have to actually campaign. He's got nearly as many YouTube subscribers as there are people living in the US, but that doesn't automatically translate to a successful bid for president. Things could change once people heard his policies or saw him in a debate. Then again, maybe we'll all live to see the first YouTuber president.